Without giving away the new Networked Readiness Index rankings, which are going to be released on the 28th of March, what new trends have emerged this year that the report is going to highlight?
The Global Information Technology Report this year is actually highlighting some very interesting trends. First of all, number one has changed, so this is already very exciting. Nordic countries are doing well, as usual. Small Asian countries which did quite well in past years, such as Singapore, Hong Kong, Korea, are still doing well. It's interesting to see that this country, Nordic country, and small Asian countries are actually sharing the same focus on education, on innovation, and a very good regulatory environment. These are the main strengths of these countries in ICT readiness, but also in competitiveness. Another trend which is really interesting and is changing from last year is the fact that Latin America is going up as a region. So this is a very new and interesting trend and encouraging trend for the region.
Now, how can ICT be used as a factor to drive the development of economies and societies, and how can the report in particular play a role as a guide or provide some kind of benchmarking tool for this?
Well, the report is a very, of course, it could be a very useful benchmarking tool because it's actually assessing the capacity of countries to leverage ICT over the time. And we have built a time series of 6 years. So, of course, country can benchmark the performance against past performances and also against other countries. This GITR actually is a project, is a research project we started in 2001 because we really understood that ICT is one of the main drivers of competitiveness. So we really thought that it was important to really look into details to this particular aspect of competitiveness. ICT, as everybody knows, is probably the general purpose technology of our times, the technology which is actually affecting different sectors and industry and is one of the main drivers of productivity increases. So that's the reason why we actually started this research project, and we are still continuing it.
Now, ICT also impacts how we operate, how we function, both in our professional and personal lives. And there's an interesting contribution to the report by Cisco Systems Chairman and CEO John Chambers, where he calls for a human network where people can use information and communication technology to share files, photos. But how can this be done in a simple and seamless way?
Well, yeah, as you mentioned, there is a very nice contribution by Cisco, which is actually focusing on how networks are impacting our everyday life, our way to work, learn, and do business and everything. Actually, Mr. Chambers, it's calling for a simpler way to use network in a way, which is based on a few principles. The fact that, for instance, there must be more convergence between different communication devices and tools. This convergence must be simple because it's true that it's the easier it is to use internet or ICT tools, the better it is for end users. And then there is the issue of safety. Actually, the network must be safe because there are all these issues of child pornography or things like that. So it's true that networks to be used must be safe. So these are the main idea of Mr. Chambers in his very interesting and insightful contribution to the report.
And what are the themes or issues that some of the other contributions by authors that they have made?
So this year we have another very exciting report. We have many contributions from different practitioners in the sector and academics. We have the report is actually divided in two parts, two thematic parts. We have a part on the issue of natural readiness, among which we have a contribution from the World Bank on the role of cities, the e-readiness of cities as opposed to national players. We have something on new generation network from McKinsey. We have a very interesting contribution by John Palfrey, which is a professor at Harvard School of Law, on the moral dilemmas companies face when dealing with internet filtering regimes. And then, as in previous year, we have country case studies on particular successful country leveraging ICT. So we have one on Estonia, which has been at the forefront of e-readiness in e-government for years. We have one on the rise of China as ICT producer and exporter, one on the e-strategy of Japan over the years, and then we have one very interesting one on, by IMF on access to telecommunication in sub-Saharan Africa, which is really exciting. The report is actually released, as you said, on March 28th, and is available for sale on our website at www.weforum.org.